Hey guys, another Tuesday. We're back again to approach one of the little topics that seems to catch a lot of people with fitness is drinking calories. Are you drinking many calories? Are they part of your diet and you mightn't realize it, or do you know how many calories you're drinking? Now I have a lot of numbers here because I want to illustrate a couple of points, okay, just to get it across. So one question related to this, I'll say at the outset, people often say, how much water should I drink? The general recommended daily allowance for water in the fitness industry is 1 litre per 25 kilos of body weight. Now, I actually need to double check where that actually came from, but generally that would mean if you're a 75 kilo person, which is most guys who are not too heavy, you should be drinking 3 litres of water a day. It's actually a lot of water, and I suppose one of the upsides of drinking that much water is you're probably not going to be hungry as much. Your stomach is going to be full. But anyways, let's move along. So we said often that drinking calories is not really a good fit for weight loss, and one of the reasons is your body doesn't take much to digest it, so you don't burn any calories in the actual digestion. Usually, most of these foods, it's pure sugar, which gives you all kinds of spikes. It might give you energy, but it's usually going to give you a big lull afterwards, making you crave sugars more and more and making you more likely to snack, which is something that people tend to leave out. But nonetheless, calories are the thing we want to cut down on if we want to lose weight. And a couple of examples I'm going to run through, and the first few, I've kept them all 500 ml, so we have kind of an idea. So if you wanted to talk about, say, Monster Energy drink would be an example. Now I just picked that at random because I like Tesco.ie and it came up. A 500 milliliter can of that has around 240 calories. Now if you're looking to lose weight and you want to be on your 1800 calories a day, 240 calories from one drink is actually quite a substantial chunk. And if you had 2 of those in a day to help you get through the day, you've actually had more than a full dinner. Average dinner should be usually 400 to 500 calories with a good amount of protein. That Monster Energy, you have 2 cans of that, and there is no protein in it. There's nothing to actually help you maintain your muscles. It has about 55 grams of sugar in each can. And whilst you think it might be just helping you get through the day and you're not eating, you actually are taking in a lot of calories. You'd be better off probably eating a chocolate bar than drinking a drink, but I won't go down that particular avenue right now. So that's our Monster Energy drink. The caffeine probably helps you get through the day, but not a great choice if you want to be losing weight. Very, very similar would be Coca-Cola. 500 milliliter bottle of Coca-Cola is 210 calories and has 52 grams of sugar. I would nearly go so far as to say it's kind of the same. It might be 30 calories less than the Monster Energy drink, but there's really very little in it. And the reason I picked on the Coca-Cola here is there is a tendency in the last while for food manufacturers, in order to make their calories look less on their products, to put on serving sizes. And the Coca-Cola 500 milliliter bottle is the one I always see it on. It has written the calories for a serving. They classify a serving as 250 milliliters and 2 servings per bottle. Now, I don't know, have I ever seen anyone take a 500 milliliter bottle of Coke, drink 250 milliliters, put it back in the fridge and drink the next 250 milliliters the next day? I don't agree with that particular thing. I think that's just being sneaky and tricking people. So be aware that your 500 milliliter bottle of Coke has 210 calories and 52 grams of sugar, not what the label might slightly trick you to believe of 105 calories. That's only for half a bottle. Okay? And here's the fun one where people always get caught. Fruit juice. Everyone thinks it's healthy, but healthy things mightn't be in line with what you want. 100% orange juice from Tesco, which is not from concentrate, has 215 calories per 500 milliliters and 50 grams of sugar. So that is correct. Orange juice has pretty much as much calories as Coca-Cola or Monster Energy drink. It's negligible, the difference. All fruit juices are pretty similar in that regards. And this is another thing that catches people out a lot. Everyone thinks, I'm having my glass of orange juice in the morning and that's a fine, healthy way to start my day. Okay, granted, you're probably not having a pint of orange juice, but you're definitely having about 300 mils. You're having 140 or 100-ish calories there every morning, 5 days a week. That's going to be an extra, I should have actually done out the maths on that, but it's going to be an extra 800 or 1,000 calories a week that you're not even accounting for. Now, what would be the alternatives to those two particular guys? I'll say that while we're in here. Say the Monster Energy and the Coca-Cola. If you like fizzy drinks, if you want that taste, a very good alternative would be something like Coke Zero or Diet Coke. Now, are they perfect for you? Probably not. Are they the healthiest thing you can have? Probably not. However, they do have 0 calories. They have no calories. They're only artificial sweeteners. Okay? If you feel like you want something sweet, if you feel like you want that taste, you need something fizzy. There's nothing wrong with substituting your Monster Energy or your Coca-Cola for Pepsi Max, Coke Zero, Diet Coke, Diet Pepsi. They all have 0 calories. And it seems like a small thing, but it is going to add up. You'd be surprised the amount of people who've gotten great results just from shifting over to something like Coke Zero. Okay? Is it perfectly healthy? No. But if it's a step closer to getting you where you need to be, go for it. As regards to fruit juice, if you feel like you need a bit of flavour, again, while it's not perfect, My Wadi is a great example, or some other kind of a concentrate. Generally, there's only going to be 10 to 30 calories in even a pint glass compared to something like what would be 210 calories in your orange juice. So that could be a nice alternative if you want something fruity and you just don't like the taste of water. Because I myself, I get sick of the taste of water awful easy, and I love My Wadi in that regards. So now, on to the next portion of our assignment here. We're going to talk about drinking in town, when we go to a cafe, when we go to meet a friend. Now, I got a couple of numbers from Starbucks, mostly because Starbucks is going to be pretty similar town to town. They have all their calorie guidelines on their website. I am not picking on Starbucks. Pretty much all coffee places are going to be in around a similar kind of a thing. So when you're talking about a cafe latte, Starbucks' standard one is about 190 calories and 19 grams of sugar. Okay, so you have 2 of those a day, and if you were a lady trying to lose weight, 2 lattes will be pretty much a quarter of your entire daily intake of calories. And that's before you have the little biscuit on the side or before you add any sugar to it. I'm just talking about the bare cafe latte you get from Starbucks. 190 calories, 19 grams of sugar. If we talk about a cafe mocha, it's 290 calories and 42 grams of sugar. So that's on one drink. It's not quite a quarter of 1,200 calories, which is what most people would be wanting to lose weight, ladies, but it's pretty damn close. And a cappuccino is actually a little better than I expected. Cappuccino is giving you about 120 calories and 12 grams of sugar. Now, again, I'm not trying to pick on Starbucks, but pretty much all coffees around the place are going to be fairly similar. And keep in mind that that's the medium or the small Starbucks or whatever it's called. I know they have Grande and Venti and all these, and I can't remember which is which. But those are the smaller end of the scale. If you go down and you're getting a coffee or a cappuccino that looks like it's coming in a small bowl, you can be pretty much guaranteed that thing is 350 or 400 calories. So be aware. And again, that is before you add sugar and before you eat that little biscuit on the side. There is some silver lining, however. If you get a plain Americano or espresso, the calories are pretty much nil. Like, even on Starbucks' own site, and I have no need to dispute the veracity of their information, there's enough people out there criticizing them and against them, they put it down as no calories. And that's pretty good. So if you're having your black coffee with no milk and no sugar in it, if you're having your espresso, there's pretty much next to no calories in that. So you can still get your coffee hit. Hell, I'm addicted to coffee. The amount of coffee I drink in a day is not even funny. I can't even count it. My dentist asked me a while ago when I went to get my teeth cleaned, and he didn't quite believe it was coffee, but there you go. So great idea for your coffee drinkers out there is see if you can drop your milk, drop your sugar. See if you can get Americanos instead of your cappuccino. And even if you get an Americano with a dash of milk, there's going to be a lot less sugar in it than a cappuccino. So moving on then to the third portion. I know this is getting a bit long, but I did want to get a lot of information out there. What is the national pastime in Ireland but tea drinking? Now, I did try to find an official source on how much milk people have in their tea, and I did find in the UK the Agricultural and Horticultural Development Board and Dairy UK had a survey between the two of them in 2018, this year, and they found that people have an average of 5 millilitre of milk per cup of tea. And I will tell you something, I disagree strongly with that. That is wrong. It must have been averaged out between the people who didn't put milk, or maybe the Brits put an awful lot less milk in their tea than us. Anecdotally, I've gone out and I've seen a few times that whenever we go to McDonald's or any of these other places, the little milk sachets are about 15 millilitres of milk, and I've not seen anyone use less than 2 in their tea. So I'm going to go out there and say 30 millilitres is probably the average amount of milk that Irish people put in their tea. I'm not going to stand by that, but it's not going to be a million miles off. So, and this is where it all starts adding up, but just to get an idea. So 30 ml of full fat milk is 18 calories. If it was low fat milk, it's going to be something like 13 calories. And a teaspoon of sugar is 16 calories. So to give an idea there, if you're having cups of tea and each cup has 30 ml of full fat milk and 1 teaspoon of sugar, that's 35 calories a cup. Now, that doesn't seem like much, but I've not met any Irish person who is a tea drinker who does not drink 5 cups of tea a day. And that at 5 cups of tea a day would be 170 calories a day. Now, I'm not trying to demonise any particular beverage here, but it is a case of if you are having trouble finding things that are catching you out, if you're just not sure what you're taking in your diet and you're not losing weight, the calories you're drinking can be a really strong and good indicator to give you an idea of what you could change. Doesn't mean you have to give up your tea, doesn't mean you have to give up your coffee, doesn't mean you have to give up your fizzy drinks. Sometimes you just need to find the appropriate substitute for what you want. But the golden rule is really, if you take the last 3 weeks of what you did on your weight, if you're trying to lose weight and you have not lost any weight in the last 3 weeks, doing the same thing is going to yield you the same result. So you need to change something. If you want to lose a bit of weight before Christmas and you've not lost weight in the last 3 weeks, you have to change something today, tomorrow, but not the day after, in order to get a change. I can't really say it simpler than that. The idea, true insanity, is repeating the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. We know better than this. Okay, so that was the talk I wanted to have about calories in drink today. I hope you found it useful. I know it might have been a bit long, but I know people like the longer ones every now and again, like when we did the vitamins. So look, enjoyed it. It was good to get through it, and we'll chat again next week, guys.